There are so many benefits to doing the inner work or shadow work. I can't even name them all. There's just so many benefits. Today I wanted to talk about 5 of those benefits. But before I dive into that, hi, I'm Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com. If you're new to the channel and you want to know more about Wicca and witchcraft, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. And if you are interested in exploring shadow work and working on yourself to move through all of those blocks that you have to living your purpose, then you can work one-on-one with me. And if you flick me an email, sandra@mysterywitchschool.com, I'll let you know how you can move forward with getting a free clarity session where we can talk a little bit about what's going on and what your goals are and what you're stuck with. Shadow work is one of my favorite topics because it has been an absolute game changer for me. Doing the inner work, doing that self-exploration work, which shadow work has become, is so important for the spiritual path and also just for happiness and for us to be able to do the things that we came here to do. I've done quite a few videos on shadow work, and I do have a video called What is Shadow Work? So if you're not quite sure what it is, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail in this video. Just have a look through, and I'll put the link to the What is Shadow Work video in the description field below this one. Essentially though, you're going into those parts of yourself that are hidden from you in order to learn more about yourself and to free yourself from the shackles of the ego's programming. That's the major big time benefit of doing the shadow work. The first thing I want to talk about is intuition. When you start working on the things about yourself that you either don't like or that you're ashamed of or that you don't even know are there in regards to your limiting beliefs about the world and yourself, you actually start to tune in more to your intuition. A, because you know how to listen to yourself, because you've learned through shadow work to be more detached from the ego. You've learned how to be able to separate your observing self from your emotions, from your thoughts, and from your body. And that's a big part of listening to your intuition. And also through shadow work, you start to gain more confidence in yourself so that when you do get messages from your intuition, you don't have the self-doubt stopping you and preventing you from listening to those messages. What happens with our intuition a lot of the time is that we get it confused. We think our intuition may be telling us to not do something that we really want to do, but it's actually fear that's telling us not to do it, and it's not the intuition at all. The intuition may be telling you to go for it, but your fear may be stopping you from actually moving forward with it. And I often hear people then say, well, if you feel afraid, then that's the universe's way of telling you not to move forward. Not necessarily. If your intuition is telling you no, it's going to be a different feeling. You're going to feel it in your gut. You're also going to feel it in the heart area. You're going to have the confidence then to go, okay, I'm feeling this in my gut, or I'm feeling this in my heart. I'm going to go with that. Otherwise, if you don't have that self-confidence in yourself, you may think that the fear that is really in your body as anxiety is your intuition telling you not to do something, when it's simply just your ego going, it's not safe, it's not safe. The second benefit of shadow work that I wanted to talk about was that it stops you from sabotaging yourself all of the time. So many of us self-sabotage. We do this largely because of self-doubt and fear. Our ego is designed to keep us safe. So it will have all of the alarm bells going whenever you do something, whether it's a small change or a large change or anything different or anything that challenges the beliefs that the ego has stored for you to keep you safe. Now, as an adult, you're going to need to challenge yourself. You're going to need to challenge your beliefs, and you're going to need to push through your comfort zone. But the ego is designed to keep you safe, and it was set up that way when you were in childhood. What happens is we sabotage our success. So you can be sabotaging relationships, you can be sabotaging your career, you can be sabotaging your finances, you can be sabotaging your life purpose simply by having too much fear there. And the fear can be the fear of failure. The fear can be the fear of success. Success can bring up as many blocks as failure can bring up. And a lot of the time what stops people isn't so much the fear of failure, it's actually the fear of success. Because the minute you step out of your comfort zone and you move into a new area, you also change the environment around you, and often there will be people around you who may not approve of the success or approve of the change. So fear of success can be a reason why people self-sabotage, and fears of not deserving, fears of being not good enough, fears of not being allowed to have what it is that you want to have, of things being taboo, can also be reasons why people self-sabotage. The shadow work will help you work on these beliefs that you have, that you accumulated since childhood. It will help you change those beliefs so that you have new beliefs that actually support you, and then you can move forward in your life and stop sabotaging yourself from being able to do what you came here to do and have more meaning in your life. The third thing is it will enhance your relationships. You will have so much more successful relationships because you will be able to be more compassionate towards other people, because you will learn through shadow work to be more compassionate towards yourself. And everything that we do to ourselves, we do to other people. Your emotional happiness will be less dependent on other people. A lot of the time we expect other people to pander to our emotional needs. We want other people to make the effort to make us feel good, when really it's up to us to feel good emotionally. Whilst we should always be respecting each other and treating each other in a very, very civil and respectful way, as far as our emotional feelings are concerned, we're the ones who have to take responsibility for that, because we can't expect other people to take care of our emotional needs. We have to be able to do it ourselves. And when we can do it ourselves, you'll find that the people that are around you become people that are also able to take more care of their emotional needs. And you'll find that you will be less drained because you're not having to constantly be on guard all the time about what you're saying and what you're doing, because you're worried about somebody taking offense or getting upset with you. So whatever you do shadow work wise on yourself actually also gets expressed out to other people as well. So you benefit from shadow work, but then so does everyone else around you. They benefit too. And the ones that feel they don't benefit from it will end up falling away because they'll no longer be in the same vibration energetically as you are. So the relationships you'll attract in your life are going to be relationships that are more supportive, more compassionate, more sharing and more giving, and more long-lasting as well. The fourth benefit of shadow work is that you will no longer be so triggered by what's going on around you in your environment, whether it's world events, whether it's people, whether it's something people say or something people do or something that somebody believes or somebody's ideology that conflicts with yours. You'll be less triggered by it because you'll realize that everybody is entitled pretty much to what they believe, even if you disagree with them. And if somebody is trying to force their beliefs onto you, it doesn't trigger you so much. It's like, well, you know, okay, that's what you want to believe, that's fine. You can have a debate about it, as in a rational discussion about it, but it's not something that's going to upset you so much. It's not going to create fear in you, because that's what happens when we're triggered by other people or events that are going on in the world. It's because we're afraid. They're bringing up some kind of a fear. We don't feel safe. Maybe we don't feel safe because of somebody's religious beliefs, for example. And so when somebody talks about a religious belief that may conflict with your own or just simply contrast your own, we can sometimes get a bit afraid of that. When you've done your shadow work, that becomes less of a thing because you're no longer so afraid of what other people think or what their opinions are. You can simply just allow them to be there. You can certainly have a discussion with them to talk about the differences and why you may disagree with them, but it's a discussion that isn't so personally involved. You don't take a personal offense if they disagree with you, you just simply are discussing something. So the shadow work enables you to be able to be detached emotionally from taking things personally and seeing everything as a personal attack. Because if you see everybody's ideas and beliefs as being something dangerous to yourself, then you're constantly living in a state of fear. And that is not a nice place to be. It creates a lot of anxiety, it creates a lot of angst, and it also can create a lot of conflict when the conflict doesn't necessarily need to be there. The last thing is consciousness. You will become more conscious. You become more conscious because you're more detached from your ego. The ego becomes your servant. You don't become the servant of your ego. So you are able to be more consciously aware of the energies that are going on around you. You're more consciously aware again of your intuition, as I talked about at the beginning. You're also more consciously aware of the energy of other people around you as well, and the places around you. And you can also understand and see what's going on in a more grander consciousness when you become more conscious. And that helps you feel a lot safer in the world and a lot more tuned in to what is happening energetically. So there's a lot that shadow work can do for you. It is work. I'm not going to say it's easy, because it's not. You have to face things you don't want to face about yourself, and you have to learn how to draw out the gifts in the shadow, and it's totally worth every bit of effort and the time that it takes to work through the shadow. So like I said at the beginning, if you're interested in doing one-on-one shadow work, inner work with me, do flick me an email, sandra@mysterywitchschool.com. And you can also have a look at my book, Tapping into Abundance, using EFT tapping and the law of attraction to change your mindset and turn your life around, because that goes into a lot of this work and how changing your beliefs can actually change your life. The link to that is in the description field below this video, as well as my email. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sandra from Mystery Witch School. Blessed be.